Today, I'm going to teach you a simple structure to boost your credibility. While I usually focus on presentational skills, today I'm going to give you an offstage strategy. If you're wondering why giving you an offstage strategy to your credibility is important, I'm going to link a video here that explains just that. Who you are as a person will naturally come out when you are on stage, and your offstage presence is just as, if not equally important, as your on-stage presence. We often lose credibility when we make mistakes. And listen, mistakes are natural. Recently, I traveled across the country to give an opening keynote at an event. When I got to the location, there was no one there. Now, that's not me just being a little melodramatic and thinking that the audience was small. No, I mean there was no one there. There were no banners, no signs, no chairs, no snacks, nothing that would indicate that this is a conference of any type. I reached out to the event planner on her cell phone only to be met with a groggy, grumpy male voice who said, and I quote, "You got the wrong number, bro." So I was in a different city, a non-working number, and no one to speak in front of. And when I finally did reach the event planner over email, we confirmed that she had given me the wrong date for the event and her wrong phone number. Thankfully, we were able to make it all work, and I did give the keynote address the next day. It would have been easy for me to become judgmental or frustrated at the situation, but where you give grace, others will too. And what happens when you make the mistake? How can you best clear the space when you have done something that disrupted somebody else? Here, I'm going to give you 3 steps. And the reason why these are important is because everyone knows how to say, "I'm sorry," but not everybody knows how to apologize properly. So here we go. Number 1, acknowledge what you did. Say it directly. Don't beat around the bush. Don't hint at it. Give it straight. For the purpose of this example, let's say that you are one of my clients and I missed a scheduled time for a coaching session. I would say, "I did not show up to our coaching session at our arranged time." Being direct allows the other person to know and understand that you understand specifically what mistake you made. So much of conflict resolution is trying to get the other person to see why they were wrong. So avoid this frustration and tell them right away. Number 2, explain the consequences of your mistake. Sometimes it is not enough just to acknowledge the mistake. We also have to acknowledge how this impacts someone. For example, I would say, "Your time is very valuable, and I know that me not showing up created a ripple effect in your calendar, having you to catch up to the work that my mistake made for you." The reason this is important is that it is creating empathy. Show you understand the pain point that you created and acknowledge it. Number 3, explain what you would do differently. Look, there are many reasons people make mistakes, and when we do make a mistake, our natural instinct is to justify it or explain it. Now, this is a bit different than justification. You're not justifying or pleading your case as to why you should be forgiven. Instead, you're saying what you will do differently next time so that it doesn't happen again. For example, I would say, "I created a text alert system that notifies me 10 minutes, 60 minutes, and 24 hours before a session, so this will never happen again." Now, here's the trick. If you make that commitment to change, if you find the solution, then you need to make sure that that system is working so you don't make that mistake again. Because after all, the only mistake you can ever make is the one that you make twice. When you build connection and rapport with those around you, and you acknowledge your mistakes, trust is built. And it isn't just the trust that is built with others, it's the trust that is built within yourself. Whenever you make a mistake, you need to give yourself grace and also give yourself a plan to not make the same mistake again. This not only helps our outer integrity and credibility, but someone who trusts themselves is going to show up authentically and powerfully, both on and off the stage. What are some of the other ways that you like to clear your mistakes with others? Drop those in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And as always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure that you're coming off mute and speaking up your story.